Good morning, good morning, good morning. Sunday morning, day 2 of the Holley 600 swap. This part of the video, well, this beginning part of the video, I say it that way, is going to be about adjusting the choke. I'm going to get y'all turned around so y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm here in my backyard today. I ain't quite got down to the shop yet because I got some stuff I got to take care of at the house. So I'm going to get y'all turned around so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, if you watch my last video, you'll see that I did a you can call it a carburetor swap or whatever, but I already had it. And what I'm doing is just getting ready to mess with the choke, because normally that's something that don't never be set right to your vehicle application, I'll say, when you take it out the box. So I know I got adjusted already. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the 3 Phillips head screws loose, and I'm gonna lean the choke out just a little, because it's extremely fat when you first crank it up. But hey, I don't have to sit in there and keep it running no more. So I'm gonna tinker around with that, and then we gonna go from there. So just stay tuned. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead, and I already got my screwdriver out because I done had to do this a whole bunch of times before. What you normally got to do is you gotta loosen. It's 3 of these Phillips screws, okay? And I'm just showing you this part that way you can see exactly what I'm talking about. It's another one up under the bottom, but I'm not gonna try to put the camera down there. But it's in between the 2 wires. That's the easiest way I get to it. And as you can see, behind the hot wire, it says lean and the arrow going pretty much clockwise. So if your choke is not, I'm gonna say rich enough, just because that says lean, but if it's not to your liking, whether you're in a upstate area where it's extremely cold, or if you down here in the south and the weather seems to have a mind of its own, you can adjust this choke level. They normally come in the middle, like it is here now, but I need to lean mine out some. I think I had to do that when I had it on the truck before. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on about the fourth notch from the right. Then all you got to do is snug your fasteners back down, and then you try it out. Sometimes you got to do this over the course of the next couple of days. I'm gonna just be honest with you. There's no magic setting to where it's gonna be set right, you know, immediately. I mean, sometimes you can look up and do it like that, but I hadn't had that kind of luck. So I normally have to play with the clutch depending on what the weather and the temperature is like for like the next week or so, off and on, to get it set where I want it to be set at. And then normally, you know, you get in there and you pop the press the gas, you know, maybe once or twice. Normally it's once, and then you just, you know, crank it up, and it'll owl up and run kind of high, and you be like, oh, why it's running so high? It's doing that because the clutch is increasing the fuel going into the carburetor and giving it more RPM to keep it running until it warms up. I need to get me another one of these. These things here be breaking. You got to keep an eye on these too, because they'll break and then they'll have a vacuum leak, have the carburetor, have the engine running funny. Just keep an eye on them. I wish I can get me something to just plug them off, because I don't even use them. I don't use the vacuum advance on my engine. But anyway, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna hit the key, and then we're gonna get it started and see how it goes. So just stay tuned. All right, y'all, we back. I got to yell a little bit over the sound of the engine, but when it first cranks up, it cams really hard, and I see the black smoke coming out the tailpipe. But I'm gonna have to, like I say, tweak with it, you know, for the first couple of days to get it where I want it to be at. But right now, this is where it's idling at. setting at around, that look like it's about 1250, almost 1300 RPM. And what normally happens, I'm gonna close the door because this truck kind of loud when you're giving it RPM. What normally happens is after it's done reached operating temperature, what it'll do is it'll gradually come down little bit by little bit, you know, to wherever you got it set to idle at. So don't be alarmed if you feel like if the choke stay engaged too long. Let me get y'all turned around. If you feel like the choke stays engaged too long, you can tweak it to your liking. But like I say, I'm down here in the South, here in South Carolina, where the weather can be summertime today, winter tomorrow, and then spring the day after that. So, you know, you kind of got to tweak with it the best you can to get it to suit your application or your personal preference. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it warm up, and then I'm gonna put the air cleaner back on. Of course, you know, I don't want no whole bunch of debris and trash getting down inside of it. But in a nutshell, now there are more technical and to the point type videos. I seen Summit post one. I want to say Jag has one, Holley has one, because, and I'm mentioning Holley because I have a Holley on the truck, and they tell you exactly, you know, how to set your clutch and your carburetor and all that good stuff. But a lot of us don't have access to that information. So, you know, I'm putting this out there to try to help the little people that, like myself, you know, that don't have vast resources and a whole bunch of willing helping hands to try to help them get their vehicles right or their hot rods right or whatever, you know, the case may be. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it warm up a little bit more and get it to settle down, and then I'll show y'all how it idles. So just kind of, you know, just bear with me. All right, y'all, I got it to settle back down. Let me get y'all turned around so you can see. All right, I got it to settle back down. All you got to do is just slap the gas maybe once or twice. Normally it's once, just to get it to idle back down wherever you got it set. And I don't know, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, or, well, not correct me if I'm wrong, but tell me what y'all think. It seemed like since I put this carburetor on yesterday, and I don't know if it's just the adjustments that I have on it may be different than the 650, but it just seemed to cam a little bit more out the exhaust pipe since I put this carburetor back on. I mean, it is a hair low. It's at about in between 650 and 700 RPMs, or right at 700 RPMs almost. But it seemed to cam a little bit different. I can listen to this all day. But seriously though, it seems to cam just a little bit different since I put this other carburetor on there. And I don't think that the carburetor should make that much of a difference. And I do have another cam that I was gonna put on the truck, and we'll talk more about that in probably another video. Well, you know what? We'll talk about it now. I ain't gonna let y'all wait till another video just for that. I do have another cam that I'm gonna put in there probably next month when I get rid of it, because it's due for the oil change. And what I was gonna do is when I change the oil, I was gonna get the additive, do the cam and timing chain and lift the swap and all that. And I got valve springs to go along with it. I was gonna do all that stuff when I did the oil change. That way, all I got to do is drain out the break-in oil and then put on, you know, fresh oil back in it once I break the cam in. So, y'all, maybe I'm missing something. If some of you guys that watch my videos, y'all experts on this sort of stuff, tell me what would cause I guess the cam, I'll say, to be more responsive or choppy or whatever, if all you did was really a carburetor swap. And I actually went from the 650 CFM double bumper down to this vacuum secondary 600 CFM Holley with the electric choke. And that was really the only reason I put it on, because it's got the electric choke. You know, it's easier starting. And like I said in the other video, sometimes my wife drives this truck. One of my daughters may be in it, my sister, my best friend, my mom. I mean, there's a lot of other people drive this truck sometime when need be. And the last thing I need is to get a phone call saying, hey, Junior, the car won't crank, or the truck won't stay crank, or it's running funny, or this and that, the third. And then I got to come and show them how to operate a carburetor. That was one of the reasons I wanted to go to EFI, but I can't afford that at the moment. You know, that's like $2 grand for the kit, and then I still got to put it on. So I'm like, I'll do what the best I can with the carburetors until, you know, I can afford to do an upgrade like that. But y'all let me know what you think. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go because I got some stuff I got to do before I go to the shop again today. But as usual, stay blessed, be encouraged, keep wrenching. I'll talk to y'all next time.